despite being the low seed, so they really came out and kind of just went above and beyond. Yeah, remember they got one over on France.
That's true. I thought Sweden was the only team that got out from the low seed.
No, this is the low seed's time, man. They're ready to rise up and take over.
Hi. I think we're gonna see the first warm-up soon. Looks like they're getting ready.
Alright, and it looks like they fired it up. It does look like both teams are taking it serious, as this map does not seem to be any type of gimmick here. It does look like an actual warm-up here.
Yeah, this is this map might be on 1 year old. Korean mapped. Was trying to get ranked there for a while, but couldn't quite make it. Emir finding a fail there, missing a bunch of streams. This map is quite difficult.
Yeah, it has some pretty interesting hyper chains here too. Lots of dash control is needed to really hit these patterns properly, and you can see most of the players here having no problems with it. Emir really seeming to struggle with these hyper chains, losing all of his HP for a second time.
Now only lingers and force with full combo.
Man, these are some really nasty hyper chains.
Yeah, those vertical streams, you really need to use the dash button. Final KI here. Let's see if Lingers and Force can come out with FCs.
Looks like Force did manage to hold on to that, which is pretty good. It Lingers cut just a few more droplets though than Force. As you can see, the accuracy difference, not very large, but there is a small difference there. But that will be a warm-up that goes to Taiwan, and we should see our second warm-up here shortly.
Not quite sure who picked this warm-up.
Oh boy.
Oh, let's go.
I would assume somebody's ready.
Oh, this is the no dash map, which means that there are a lot of hyper dashes that you actually don't use your dash button, dash key to catch. Because it's mapped with 1/16, I think, and increased BPM.
Yeah, no, I'm not singing Brain Power, guys. It's not happening. Don't try it, guys.
I wonder if anyone even got the copy pasta ready.
Oh, for sure. There it is.
Some generators.
Oh man.
There we go.
It might be old, but you never get tired of seeing the Twitch chat literally turn into a giant gumble of O's.
Ride the Twitch chat elevator.
Alright, it looks like we should be getting underway now. And as Satomi said before, this is a no dash, so I do believe this map was created with no need for the dash button to be used in mind.
Yep. Having some interesting mod choices there. Flashlight hidden and hard rock hidden.
Oh god.
You can still see that Force manages to hold a 200 combo there.
Oh god, these hypers.
Yep. A lot of star rating on this map. High star rating, I should say.
But it doesn't look nearly as hard because the hypers keep you on track, yeah?
Yeah, it's as long as you... It's very good map to the vocals, so as long as you just follow the vocals and don't use the dash button, you're fine.
That's crazy.
And as we can see, Linger's only having 2 misses there.
All right, and now we'll get on to our roles and then our bands.
Are you ready?
All right, and there's a 29 coming from midcourt and a 70 from Force. Looks like Argentina will win that.
The Force is strong with this one.
Oh god, of course.
What's the hell?
Who could have thought?
All right, and it looks like Taiwan is going to ban a Bella.
One of the trickier hidden picks.
And let's see what Argentina is going to ban out.
I think we might see a hard rock ban coming from Argentina.
This is suspense is killing me. Come on, Force. Alright, it's going to be lose. And that is a Hard Rock pick. You were correct, Satomi.
Yeah, it's the toughest Hard Rock pick. And the lengthiest one, so was very much expecting that. Considering Taiwan has some great Hard Rock players.
Alright, and their first pick.
I actually don't know Russian roulette, so starting off with a hidden pick. Some catchy K-pop.
Very much so. This one was pretty interesting to watch in the previous match as well. Unfortunately, we didn't see too much accuracy problems here, so this or drops. So this one's really going to be an accuracy battle versus Taiwan and Argentina. And while Argentina definitely showing that they can compete against the high-up teams, I wonder if they're going to have that same luck as they did in group stage with Taiwan.
Taiwan is a tough opponent. Really have to step up their game if they want to win this one. Argentina got some good hidden players, so they might take this point for themselves. We'll see. Most players can do fine on this hidden map. As long as you keep focus, you can catch those awkwardly placed jumps. But other than that, this map is not much more than just annoying jumps.
Yeah, speaking of that, right now, for an overall, just with what we've done so far with the round of 16, Russian roulette has a 99.86% average accuracy. So, yeah, not too many errors on this one. It really comes down to who's able to play this as best as possible. And the tournament setting definitely does not make things any easier for you, as we will start to see these guys getting into this match.
The nerves does a lot to you when you play. It's crazy.
Ooh, Amar finding an early miss, same with Rinya.
Well, if you're gonna miss, it's good to miss at the start.
Yeah, that's going to do the least amount of damage to you. Mick Boyd also finding an early drop as well. Alright, and as we get into a little bit over the quarter of the first part, we do see Taiwan taking a small lead here. we are also finding another drop, which is not going to be any good for Argentina, as they really need to focus here to try to close this gap that Taiwan is continuously bringing forth. Now we have ZX12345 holding a full combo, and yeah, I don't know. Number dude up at the top, 4731, still holding a full combo as well for Taiwan, which is really good.
And no more full combos on the side of Argentina. Force finding himself a miss there before. And Taiwan has more than 100,000 score advantage here.
Yeah, they're really pushing that lead out further, trying to close that possibility for a comeback on Argentina's side.
On 4731.
Yeah, he did break that full combo, which is going to give them a little bit of breathing room. But as you can see, they still have a pretty decent amount of cushion here. We'd have to see a really hard choke coming from Taiwan's side for Argentina to get back into this.
But no one on the Taiwan side has the 200 combo full score. But Emir, a lot of misses there. 2 from Taiwan and 1 from Argentina. Rinya also finding a miss there.
Yeah, Force.
I don't think Argentina. Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be enough.
No, not unless we saw a massive choke on Taiwan's side. They still had that huge amount of buffer that they gained from staying consistent in the early part of the map. As we get to the closing section here, you can see that little bit of distance made the stretch as they were able to hold the lead for the remainder of the song.
Argentina able to take a few thousands of points back, but not enough.
Not at all. All right, and with that being done, it did get a lot closer than it was originally, as they did manage to bring it back within the double digits of score, but Taiwan is going to take the first 0.1-0 in favor of Taiwan. Very impressive plays from 4731 with a 99.83, ZX123456 with a 99.57, and Migpoid with a 99.48. And on the Argentina side, we have Force with 99.91, Emir with 98.88, and Rinya with 99.23. And that is a lot of silver S's. You are correct.
And a lot of 9s. So Argentina losing their first pick. That could be a bit devastating for the morale. Taiwan might pick a hard rock pick to make the gap closer between them.
Yeah, they definitely have to give it a good, long, hard thought there when picking the next map if they want to take a point here. The scores aren't that big of a difference, so I do believe Argentina can gain ground on Taiwan. It's just going to be very dependent on what maps they play to and what ones they practiced on.
And we're already seeing switches being made on the roster here on Taiwan side, even before the map is picked. Or that's how it looks like, at least. E0486 coming in, a great hard rock player, so we might just see a hard rock pick from Taiwan side.
Yeah, it does have to be one of the potential 2 that are going on here. As we did see a hard rock band out of the gate, so Luz is not in there, so we're either going to see Above the Clouds or the Sinew map, Irawa Nido Chiniru, or however you pronounce that. And it's going to be Above the Clouds. Huzzah!
Hard rock. Woo.
All right, and Above the Clouds being a Hellblade map, Should be pretty interesting to see played out. I've seen it in standard, so this will be my first time actually seeing the catch difficulty. I don't know if it's actually a convert or if it's its own map.
This is a specifically made map for
so
catch.
It is a catch specific. Cool.
A very straightforward Hard Rock map, in my opinion. Not a lot of difficult jumps or sections in general. So Argentina could do just fine on this map.
Well, we should find out here very shortly. It does look like Argentina is going to be subbing someone out, though, so we will have to wait to see that. Or they might not be subbing someone out, and Force might just be trying to reconnect.
And what I can read here is that Force apparently got silenced.
Oh dear.
And that's, I'm just guessing that's a 5-minute silence, but the match has to be started before the 5 minutes ends, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'd chill on it. It's probably being addressed. But we should be getting underway in just a moment. As soon as we get everyone in, that should be set up. And while we wait for that, we just have just a few moments. So, what do you think? You think Argentina's got a chance here to capitalize on this, or do you think Taiwan has put enough practice into the map pool in order to make this a clean sweep?
Well, as I said before, I do think Argentina should be able to take a few points at least. I'm not quite sure how they could lose their hidden pick. It's quite weird to see, but I actually think that Taiwan won't go away with a clean sweep here.
That is what one can hope. We definitely don't want to see clean sweeps if possible. We want to see long, drawn-out matches, and everyone wants to see the tiebreaker.
For sure. But considering this is a Hard Rock pick, Taiwan might just make this their second point.
Definitely going to be what they aim for, at least. That much is for sure. Okay, so yep, we're just giving it a second. We're waiting. Hopefully Force is going to return to us, because we definitely need him for a game here as Argentina is waiting for their third member.
Quite difficult to play with only 2 members on your team.
Yeah, you cannot 2v3 in this kind of situation. And there we go. I don't think we've actually ever seen a 2v3 situation in Catch or Mania or any of those kind of game modes ever work out in a sense where they will be able to actually win, especially with Score V2 set up.
Yeah, you're gonna be a couple of 100,000 points back if you lose one of your members.
Yeah, it is not going to be pretty. Anyways, that being said, we are getting underway, and this is once again above the clouds, the Hard Rock pick, and we shall watch this go underway now.
Oh, Force finding himself an early miss there. Same with Lingers and Rinya. Taiwan having 2 full combos so far, Argentina only having 1.
Yeah, things are not looking too good out of the gate for Argentina. We're about a quarter way through the song, and they are still pretty close score-wise, but they do have a little bit of catching up to do here. But if they can manage to maintain combo here, MR still holding the 100% accuracy, definitely going to be good for his team. But EO4 and Hinashi Koyoki both holding double S's at this moment as well, so that's really going to make it hard for Argentina, especially his MR breaks his double S.
This is not looking good for Argentina. None of the players having above 99% AC. That just shows how many misses are coming out from the Argentina side. Force being able to build a slight combo here, but that's not enough considering
even if
the big combos from Taiwan.
Yeah, even if Force is able to build up a decent combo, the rest of his team is just taking too hard of an accuracy hit versus what we see on Taiwan's side, having 2 very high accuracies. And as you can see on Taiwan's side, EO4 missing nothing, Hinshikyoki missing nothing, just dropping a few droplets, and it Lingers only missing 2. And over on Argentina's side, you'll see Force missing 5, and Emir missing 11 fruits, with Renya getting 15 missed, and their droplets not getting as close as the 226. 226 is exactly what you wanted there, and just was not enough. They managed to break just a few too many times. That'll lead this 2-0 in favor of Taiwan.
It's a quite devastating score difference. It was a couple of 100,000 there. So let's see, I'm not quite sure what Argentina is gonna pick now, considering they lost on their first hidden pick.
It did not go very well over for them. They're going to have to rethink their strategy if they want to manage to get some points here. They did have a closer battle in the Hard Rock, but they fell apart halfway through, so maybe they want to see how well they'll do on a no mod at this point. They've kind of stayed around in the mod brackets now, but possibly we'll see them try to branch off.
Yeah, I could pick some of the more safer no mod picks.
Yes, we'll see what their third choice here is. And this one is going to be Argentina's pick. So they will have a chance to kind of put the map pool in their favor now. It's just, will they be able to capitalize on it? Taiwan definitely seems to be pretty confident going into the mod mode, so maybe a well-timed invested no mod pick might be something that Argentina wants to do. But of course, we're not going to know exactly what they want to do until they lock that map into play.
Yeah, for sure, and I think they're quite intimidated by Taiwan at this point. So it's difficult to pick a map.
Yeah, kind of just sitting here waiting on a decision. Now, there's a lot of factors that can go into a decision, but it looks like they are going to go with Destruct, and that is another hidden pick. So they are not leaving the mod bracket here.
Yeah, they're picking their final hidden pick.
You are correct.
And maybe they're just quite a bit stronger on this one.
Not to mention, they do seem to be a little bit confident with hidden, as both of their picks so far have been hidden. They started off with Russian roulette, and now they're going with Destruct.
I think they have put down a lot of time and effort into securing the hidden picks.
Yeah, you could be right, and memorization of the hidden picks will make it a little bit easier here. There is no score bonus, so when playing hidden, I would assume that it's just like playing a no mod, outside of the you need to know how to read hidden.
Yeah.
A little bit of Taiwan encouragement for ZX, and then ZX, just not feeling as confident.
This is a scary hidden pick. Easy to find yourself some misses. Let's see here if everyone is getting ready.
All right, and hopefully we are ready to go. Just waiting for confirmation from the players, as one of our refs is ready to rock and roll, but we have not gotten any confirmation from either side that they are ready to rock and roll. I want to see some fruits.
Fruits being catched. That's what we all came for.
Your casters today are Zetrot and Satomi. I myself am Zetrot, and Satomi is the fine individual alongside me. Not
It is
physically
I.
alongside me, though. That would be cool. Because then if something like really hype happened, I could just grab Satomi and shake him.
That would be amazing.
But unfortunately, all I could do is just grab my monitor and shake it and scream really loud. All right, it does look like we're about to get going, and this is Destruct. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't remember this map being too long.
No, it's not. I think this is around 800 combo, I want to say. 800, 900. Could be completely wrong, but I think that's about it.
Yeah, it does look like it's going to be the full setup here. I do remember this when it was a standard map, as Grum did a set for this, but this is definitely a catch-specific one, and it does look to be pretty difficult for a hidden. It seems pretty dense, but I'm not seeing too many crazy jump sections here, or pixel-perfect jumps, so as long as you just remain calm and relaxed, you should be able to do a combo on this pretty easily.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure about this, but this could be the difficulty where there are no hyper dashes. I think JBH mapped one of the difficulties with that in mind. This could be the one.
Yeah, we are seeing the score difference shoot heavily in favor of Taiwan here. That is subject to change. Journalists on Argentina's side and Force holding decent combos. Force dropping, Journalists dropping at the same time. Both of them dropping yet again. Renya holding a combo. 4731 with a very impressive 600. Dropping as I talk about him. Megpoid holding the 200 and ZX holding 300, getting closer to 400. Journalists finding a drop. Megpoid and 4731 dropping, but it's not going to be enough. They have about 300,000 points of difference, and they will take a third point, bringing this 3-0 in favor of Taiwan.
And to say the least, it's looking rough for Argentina.
That it is. I mean, they definitely had the underdog story coming in, and they managed to take a victory on France in the group stage. France not having their A team there, definitely giving Argentina that boost, but now they are up against Taiwan, and the map pool has increased in difficulty, and it shows. And that's when you really start to see the ceilings and limits to some of these teams. And Taiwan definitely showing that they are not even close to their limit here. But what's sad, Satomi, is like, we're saying this now, but think about like the quarterfinals or the semifinals and watch people just start dropping like flies, even our pros. Because if the map pool gets as hard as I'm assuming it's going to get this year, things are going to get pretty ridiculous. It is going to be a survival fest by the end of it.
That would be very exciting to see some really difficult maps being picked in the pool. To see some players struggle to actually just hold a decent combo.
Yeah. And, I mean, the thing about round of 16 is usually it kind of irons out the seeding a little bit more. We get our loser bracket, we get our winners bracket, and then we start seeing these individual climbs.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like Taiwan is going to go with Cherry Blossom. It's one of the double time picks, and it will be the fourth map picked in this match so far.
And this is the double time map that has a bit higher approach rate. Not quite sure what the exact numbers are, but it's around 8.3, which makes it very fast and quite difficult to read for some if you're not used to it.
Yeah, I've noticed that Taiwan and Argentina both, though, they are staying away from the no-mod section. This has so far strictly been a mod battle.
Yeah, they're trying to get the 3 points on the mods they're good at. Not working out for Argentina though, sadly. And we didn't actually see a hard rock pick from Taiwan. They went with the double time instead, maybe saving the hard rock for last. And we're seeing a single hidden being picked up by Rinya.
Alright. And as we can see, everything going pretty quick. This map will be over before you know it.
Yeah, 1/4 already through. All players looking strong, and as I said, that Jerem Las, I guess that's how you pronounce it, finds himself 2 misses there.
Yes, and for this brief moment, it does look like Argentina is in the lead, but it does not last very long at all. As we see Renya dropping again, giving a little bit of cushion to Taiwan. And Hanash Kyoki and EL486 both holding very high accuracies and combo. And that's just, oh, that's unfortunate. Argentina almost had it for the splittest of moments, but that's how double time works here. Hinashi Kyoki is going to drop yet again, but is that going to be enough? I don't think so. There's about a 200,000 point lead, and the score is just gaining further and further for Taiwan as this thing gets down to the last moments. We do see 2 drops, but it's not going to make a bit of difference as Taiwan is going to secure a 4th point, bringing this 4-0 in favor of Taiwan. Kyoki, they're only missing 2, having very good combo 504. EO4 only missing the single one, having a combo of 628. And It Lingers missing 2, having a combo of 548. And Force over there, very impressive combo, full combo, 633. Only missing a few droplets there, getting him away from the double S. Jeremy S missing 3, having a combo of 310. And Renya having 355 with 9 misses.
Yeah, they couldn't really find themselves a big combo there.
Yes. And, I agree with you guys. I am still waiting for a not sweep match, but hopefully we'll see those later on in the day. There's still plenty of matches.
And just maybe Argentina will take this point.
To be fair, China vs Poland was a 5-1.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not all that bad.
All right, let's see if they get out of the mod brackets at all. I think we only have like one more. There's another double time pick, 2 double time picks actually, and then you have
Hard Rock.
Yeah, and that's literally all that's left in the mod pool. So I'm hoping to possibly see some no mod.
I think picking a no mod wouldn't be bad for any of the teams really, so I'm not quite sure why we haven't seen a single one. And I think it's always safe if you get a bit behind in the points. Picking a normal map can even it out a bit.
It's just kind of interesting to kind of see. So far with the matches today, it looks like there have been some no mod picks, but it's been heavily centralized in the mod brackets.
Yeah, I
and
think
it looks like we're going with another double time pick as we're going to lock in Lumenkranz. Yeah.
I think people forget about the nomad pool. People are so focused on practicing for the mod pools that they completely forget about the nomad one.
Well, I will say, if you're going to go ahead and try to go for a clean sweep, mastering the mod pools is probably your best bet. So, I mean, it does make sense in that retrospect, but at the same time, don't take the no mod pool for granted because you never know when someone might pick one of those. And if you haven't practiced for the no mod because you're like, oh, it's no mod, no one's going to lock that in, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, and there are some quite difficult nomad picks, so having practiced them isn't a bad idea either. And it looks like we're getting into our potential final map here. Taiwan being on match point. But let's see if Argentina can at least take 1 point away from Taiwan. Emir finding an early miss there, not quite a good start. But probably not going to be what matters in the end. Lingers also finding a few misses there, missing again. Gonna give the slight score advantage over to Argentina.
Yeah, it does look like Argentina might have a little bit of a chance here if they can maintain this. Ooh, Rinya! No! That is not what you want to do right now.
Taiwan gonna run away with the lead here.
Yeah,
50,000.
Yeah, Force and American hold though. They're holding hidden as well. So when the combos start to oh wait, yep, never mind. That don't matter.
Yep.
Sad days.
Life's tough.
Life is tough because it looks more impressive, but in reality,
Oh, everyone dropping there.
yeah,
Every single one. So that's gonna nullify the combos there for everyone. So Taiwan is still gonna have that pretty big lead. Going into the final quarter here. Don't think there's gonna be enough time for Argentina. Gamer finding a miss there. Not gonna make it easier. Finding a miss again. Rinya not being able to hold up. That's gonna be the final point for Taiwan. We will have to see some fails or else Argentina is out for this one.
yeah. They gave it a good shot. They definitely did. There was a couple points where I thought they might have been able to take it, but midsection there when they broke combo real hard. You can even see it on the Rinya really had an issue about halfway through the map, and that's really what lost it there. That's going to be 5-0 in favor of Taiwan.
And it looks like I predicted a bit off there. Thought it would be a bit more even match, but it looks like a clean sweep for Taiwan. But it's not over yet. Argentina are going to be placed in the losers bracket.
All right. That being said, we have roughly about 10 minutes before our next match, maybe 12. If you want to be like on the point there. And our next match is going to be for all of you. I do believe we're going to see Japan versus Mexico.
Yes.
I don't
That's
mean
correct.
Man, rip. I don't mean to sound bad, but oh, that is going to be a rough battle for Mexico.
Considering how strong Japan is looking, it's gonna be quite difficult indeed.
Indeed. All right. So tell me, you want to take questions from the Twitch chat while we're waiting for our next match?
Sure. Just throw the questions at me.
No problem. You heard him, Twitch chat. If you have any questions for myself or Satomi, feel free to ask us in the Twitch chat. We will try to answer those to the best of our ability while we're waiting for our next match. Okay, so one Twitch person asks, Satomi, how does it feel being the oldest 4-year-old?
I'm actually quite... if anything, I'm happy with my life. It's just that being the oldest 4-year-old, that's quite an achievement. And I'm happy for my parents giving me such a good birth date.
Monty Team, I do not check my friend requests on Discord as much as I probably should, but I get a whole lot of them, and sometimes they're just people that, you know, like want to scream and yell at you. So, like, if you stick at it or you throw me a forum PM in the forums and explain, like, who you are on OS and whatnot and why you want to be my friend, I should be able to add you. But you got to understand, I can't just